Welcome students. Today we'll be doing chapter 19 from English grammar, direct and indirect speech. So what is a direct speech? Direct speech is the mode of narration in which the speaker's words are presented exactly by the way they are said by using quotation marks. Read this sentence. Jagat said, I study mathematics in school. So here the exact words said by Jagat are reported. The words within inverted commas are quoted speech. The verb that tells us about the quoted speech is known as an introducing or reporting verb. Jagat said. So said is the introducing or reporting verb, and I study mathematics in school will be the reported speech. We use either a comma or a colon to separate the quoted speech and the introducing verb. Now, what is an indirect speech? Indirect speech is the mode of narration in which the exact words of the speaker are reported or summarized in the words of the person who reports it. Here the meaning of the speech alone is conveyed. The actual words of the speaker are not reported in an indirect speech. The indirect speech for the above sentence would be as follows. Jagat said that he studied mathematics in school. This table shows the differences between direct speech and indirect speech. So one thing you have to keep in mind that Jagat said, I study mathematics in school. So the introducing verb, that is said, is in which form? You should always see the introducing verb or the reporting verb is in which tense, whether it is in past tense or present or future tense. So accordingly, when you will change it into indirect speech, the verb of the reported speech should match with the introducing verb. If the introducing verb is in present tense, so the verb of the reported speech should also be in present tense. If the introducing verb is in past tense, then the verb of the reported speech should also be changed into past tense. So the difference between direct and indirect speech. Quoted speech is placed within inverted commas in direct speech, and in indirect speech, no inverted commas are used. The introducing or reporting verb and the quoted speech are separated by a comma or a colon, but no comma or colon is used in indirect speech. Now, no conjunction is needed in direct speech, but in indirect speech, a subordinating conjunction such as that is used to join the main sentence with the quoted speech. There can be two different tenses in a single sentence. In the following example, the introducing or reporting verb is in the simple past while the verb of the quoted speech is in the simple present. Jagat said, I study mathematics in school. So introducing verb said is in past tense and I study mathematics study. The verb of the reported speech is in present tense. The tense of the verb of the reported speech is changed to match the tense of the reporting verb. Jagat said that he studied mathematics in school. Just now I have said that you have to see the introducing verb is in which tense. So, the tense of the verb of the reported speech is changed to match the tense of the reporting verb. The pronoun of the quoted speech is in the first person. In the above example, the pronoun is in the first person singular I, while the speaker is in the third person singular Jagat. The personal pronoun is changed from the first person singular to the third person singular masculine, following the rule of agreement between the pronoun and its antecedent. Now, from direct to indirect speech, change of tenses. When we change the narration of a sentence from direct speech to indirect speech, we need to change the tense of the verb of the indirect speech to match the tense of the reporting verb. Look at this table to see how the tense of the verb changes in indirect speech. So simple present tense remains unchanged. Jagat says, I love my country, direct speech. So says, the reporting verb or the introducing verb says, it is in present tense. So Jagat says that he loves his country. So accordingly, when we change into indirect speech, the reported speech should also be in present tense. A simple future. Jagat will say, I loved my country. Jagat will say that he loved his country. So it is already in past tense. So you cannot change the past tense to present tense or like future tense. Now present perfect tense remains unchanged. Jagat has said, I love my country. Jagat has said that he loves his country because has said the introducing verb is in present perfect tense. Now has. One thing to remember is that has is always used with the third person singular. That is he, she, my father, my mother, uncle, aunt, my friend, etc. And we use have with first person singular I, first person plural we, second person you, and third person plural they. Then simple present changes to simple past. Jagat said, I love my country. Jagat said that he loved his country. Now present continuous. Jagat said, I am enjoying my holidays. So Jagat said that he was enjoying his holidays. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Jagat said, I have finished my work. So it is in present perfect. You have to change it into past perfect. Jagat said that he had finished his work. Have is the present perfect. So you have to change it into past perfect. So have will become had. Now Jagat said, I have finished my work. Jagat said that he had finished his work. Jagat said, I enjoyed my holiday. Simple past changes to past perfect. Jagat said, I enjoyed my holidays. Jagat said that he had enjoyed his holidays. Now, simple present used to express a habitual action or universal truth remains unchanged. So, if the reported speech you find that it is universal truth or it is an habitual action, so it will remain unchanged. Like you can see here, the teacher said the sun rises in the east. So you cannot say the teacher said that the sun rose in the east or like that, because it is the universal truth. It will totally remain unchanged. The teacher said the sun rises in the east. I work for the government. Habitual action. Jagat said that he works for the government. So in case of habitual action and universal truth, you cannot change the reported speech to past tense or future tense. It will remain unchanged. It will remain the same. Now change the following sentences into indirect speech. Bina told me the car can be parked in the parking lot. So the reporting verb is in past form. So you have to change the tense to past form only, reported speech. Veena told me that the car could be parked in the parking lot. The principal will say the discipline has to be maintained. The principal will say that the discipline has to be maintained. It will remain the same because the principal will say future tense. My teacher tells me present tense. Introducing verb is in present tense. So my teacher tells me that I shall make a good teacher in future. My parents tell me you must obey your teacher. So parents tell me introducing verb is in present tense. So it will remain the same. My parents tell me that I must obey my teacher. Sultan told me the election results will be declared by the evening of 16 May. Sultan told me, told introducing verb and it is in past tense. So Sultan told me that the election results would be declared by the evening of 16 May. Now number 6, he expressed his opinion. The people of the place ought to show strong resistance to the new Farmers Act. He expressed his opinion that the people of the place must show strong resistance to the new Farmers Act. Now, number 7, the manager of the shop told us we take utmost care to ensure the quality of goods that we sell in our shop. The manager of the shop told us that we will become they. They take utmost care to ensure the quality of goods that they sell in their shop. Our will become their. Number 8. The school dietitian told the students, you must cut down on junk food such as pizza, burger and chips from today as these are not good for your health. So the school dietitian told the students that you will become that they must cut down on junk food such as pizza, burger and chips from today will become that day. So from that day, as these will become those. So as those are not good for your will become their for their health. So changing words denoting time, space and position. Words that indicate the time, space and position of something change their forms when we change direct speech to indirect speech. The table given below shows the changes in adverbials. So ago will become before in indirect speech. Here will become there. Last will become previous. Next day will become the following day. Now will become then. These will become that. These will become those. Today, that day. Tomorrow, the following day or the next day. Then day after tomorrow in 2 days time. Tonight will become that night. Yesterday will become the previous day or the day before. Day before yesterday, 2 days before. Suppose I tell, I said to her, I cannot talk to you now. So when I will change it to indirect speech, I told her that I could not talk to her then. So now will become then. If I say Suman said to Nahid, we will meet next Monday. Then when I will change into indirect speech, Suman told Nahid that they would meet the following Monday. Right? So in this way, it will get changed. Now, change of narration for sentence types. There are some guidelines for changing the narration from direct to indirect speech according to the types of sentences. Let's look at the rules for different types of sentences in detail. Declarative sentences. You have already learned in earlier classes how the rules for narration change for declarative sentences. Let us do a quick recapitulation of what we know about these rules. The reporting verb said is changed into told when an object or addressee is mentioned or inferred. Example, Dheeraj said to me, I don't know the answer. Dheeraj told me that he did not know the answer. The reporting verb said does not change if the verb does not have an addressee mentioned or inferred. Example, Elena said, I am very happy today. Elena said that he was very happy. Today will become that day. The conjunction that is used to join the reported speech with the main or reporting sentence. Ali said, my favorite color is blue. Ali said that his favorite color was blue. So the tenses, personal pronouns and words denoting time, place and position are changed according to the rules discussed above. Now, use of infinitives in indirect speech. You can see in the following verbs can also be used to replace the reporting verb said in indirect speech. We sometimes use the following combination to replace the reporting verb say in indirect speech. Agree, offer, promise, refuse, threaten plus infinitive. Example you see, Vinit told Geeta, I will wait for you till you finish your work. Direct speech. Vinit agreed to wait for Geeta till she finished her work. Indirect speech. Rita said, I will not cook. Rita refused to cook. So these are the words we can use. Admit, answer, argue, assure plus object, boast, claim, clarify, complain, declare, etc. So these words means these verbs can be used to replace the reporting verb or the introducing verb said in indirect speech. So children, hope you have understood. So this much for today. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me in the live class. Thank you children.